Hey, let's talk about games. Hello again, my friend. You're listening to Hydra. Today we're going to be taking a quick peek at the latest units dropped for Gladius. That's right, they have dropped a brand spanking new unit for each faction, as well as one for the AI. That is just how charitable they are. Even the AI get a new spanking unit. So, without any further ado, let's check them out and see what we've got. So, as you might have noticed, we've got on the screen already a bunch of flash gits. So what we're going to do is check out their stats and see what they do. I think it goes without saying that these guys will be sporting a fair bit of dakka. They've each got 3 attacks with 2 damage, and there are 4 of them in the squad. So that is quite a lot of attacks, 12 in total, and armor pen of 2. Now, they do have an accuracy of 6, which is only 50%, but that's pretty interesting. These guys basically do exactly what you'd expect. They rain down dakka, copious amounts of dakka, and they are fantastic at killing infantry, and they have a range of 2 as well, so they don't necessarily have to be a frontline, which is always nice when a unit is this goddamn shooty. Next up within the units, we have the Necron Immortals. These guys basically fill in a similar role to the Flash Gits, really. Again, shooty. They're obviously carrying some pretty impressive equipment known as a Tesla carbine, and these guys get 1.3 attacks per unit, and there's 5 of them in a squad. Basically, the benefit of the Tesla gives them the extra 1/3 of the attacks, so I believe. And they also have a damage of 2. But they also have an accuracy of 8, so highly accurate, predictable damage, not quite as much as the Flash Gits, but they're also not quite as expensive, and of course, they are Necrons, so they look awesome. Now, next up, we are on to the Tempestes. The Tempestes Scions, the best of the best of the best that the Imperial Guard, as they should be called, can offer. These guys are somewhat more impressive than a bog-standard Imperial Guard, honestly. They have hotshot lasguns, which gives them an almighty armor penetration of 4, which is kind of unbelievable. They have an accuracy rating of 8, 67%. They only get 1 attack and 1 damage, but if you want to punch a hole in an Astartes or someone that's rocking a fair bit of armor, these guys are pretty damn decent. They're also rocking rapid fire too, so if anyone stands close enough, they're obviously going to take a lot more damage, but I wouldn't be using these guys to take out anything a little bit more numerous, let's say. With their low damage number, they're going to be really useful for taking out maybe even armoured units or heavily armoured units. Basically, let's go around killing all the Astartes and Necrons. Dang. Now, we can't really forget about the Land Raider. The Land Raider is one of the top tier units for the Astartes. They are pretty impressive. They are, well, exactly what you'd expect from a top tier unit, really. If we hover over one of them down here, you can see they have a twin-linked las cannon, 2 of them, obviously one on each side, as we can see. And they also have a twin-linked heavy bolter pointing out the front, which just rains down death upon everything. They have very high accuracy, a decent range for the heavy bolter, fairly good armor pen, and fairly high amount of attack, so good anti-infantry. And then they also have high accuracy for the las cannons, penetration of 6 and a damage of 8, so these guys will punch a hole in pretty much anything. They also have a few other benefits, like being able to transport units and things of that sort, and well, they're a vehicle, so they ignore certain types of terrain, and they can be buffed with various bits and bobs. Now, there is one other unit we have to check out, and these are the Neophyte Hybrids. That's right, for you Gene Stealer fans out there, we finally got someone, well, they're rocking autoguns and they're AI, so they're basically a Kroot Hound with a gun. That's how I see them. A relatively minor inconvenience, well, it depends what you're fighting them with. If you're an Imperial Guard, they're going to be a mighty foe, but for a lot of people, they will be a minor inconvenience, as their autoguns are automatically poo. They have a range of 2, but they have an accuracy of 50%, reasonable attack 1, damage 1, so basically a very standard infantry unit. They do have rapid fire, so you don't want to stand too close to them, but I think more importantly, they just look really cool, and it's nice to see this DLC come out of the blue. I wasn't quite expecting it, so it's good to see. The fact that we have 1 extra unit for each faction for, I think it's £4 I'm not entirely sure how many dollars that is coming out at Steam. I'd presume 5 or 6. But in terms of a DLC pack, if you're still playing this game, I think this is pretty decent stuff. It's going to allow you to perhaps try a few extra builds, get some extra units, get a little bit more action out of the game. If you're bored of the game, might not bring you back, but if they keep adding stuff to it like this, as I said when I was playing the game before, even if you don't think the game is amazing now, I think after a few more DLCs, a few extra factions are added, By the way, they're going to be announcing the next faction coming out pretty darn soon. Keep your eyes open for that. But I think this game is going to continue to grow from strength to strength. Might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it is mine. Guys, take care and have yourself a great week. All the best.